Hello, Lakeview family. I'd like to share a passage of scripture that the Lord has been using in my life over this past couple of months. The end of September, early October, I was really struggling. I was struggling with head and jaw pain that was kind of constant, and I was pretty anxious about the circumstances for one of my adult daughters. So I was very, very much struggling. About that time, a devotional came in the mail for me from a ministry that really ministers to me. Obviously, it's Revive Our Hearts, led by Nancy DeMoss Wolgemuth. And as I read the first day's entry, she referred to Psalm 131. So let me read that for you. It says, "Lord, my heart is not proud, my eyes are not haughty. I do not concern myself with matters too great or too awesome for me to grasp. Instead, I have calmed and quieted myself, like a weaned child who no longer cries for its mother's milk. Yes, like a weaned child is my soul within me. O Israel, put your hope in the Lord now and always." And so her suggestion was to write that psalm out every day in a different version of the Bible. And I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I'd never really done anything like that before, but I was going to do that with this one. And as I did, I started meditating on those scriptures, those verses. She included devotions throughout it, referencing this psalm. So I'd like to share some quotes from them. One of them, she says, "We want to be able to control everything, to figure it out and know why things are happening. We want to put all the puzzle pieces together. However, because God is God and we are not, there are bajillions of puzzle pieces that you and I will never, ever be able to put together this side of heaven. In order to have a quiet heart, one of the things you need is a heart of simplicity, a heart that says, it's okay to not be able to figure everything out. I don't have to know or understand it all. I just need to trust the Lord." Proverbs 3:5, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding." That described me. It described me wanting to control the uncontrollable. And on another day, she quotes a biblical counselor, David Powlison, and he says, "Most of the noise in our souls is generated by our attempts to control the uncontrollable." Isn't that true? It was so true for me. We try to manage something or change someone, or we end up with this noise in our soul rather than a quiet heart. It's tempting to try to control or understand everything and to make our opinions known about all that's happening in our world. Freedom comes, however, through trusting God with our circumstances, our lives, and our hearts. Deuteronomy 29:29 says, "The secret things belong to the Lord our God." We have to become content to live with mystery. That is so true. It's so true. And so as I continued to write out the different versions, I found ones that particularly spoke to me. And one was this psalm in the Living Bible version. And it says, "Lord, I'm not proud and haughty. I don't think myself better than others. I don't pretend to know it all. I am quiet now before the Lord, just as a child who is weaned from the breast. Yes, my begging has been stilled. Oh, Cindy, you too should quietly trust in the Lord now and always. So as I finished the month of October, I found that these verses had become part of my thinking and my heart. And so when there were times since then, where I've been struggling or disquieted or anxious, I'm finding that these verses, because I've written them out over and over again, have become part of my memory, and so then they come to mind quicker. And I also see that they have become, I can turn them into a prayer, because so often the things that I've shared with you before are part of my natural stuff. So like when I'm trying to control something, that's being proud. And if I'm trying to make my opinions known about things, that's being haughty. And or I'm trying to understand things and everything. That's when I'm trying to understand things too difficult or big for me. So I've kind of turned it into a prayer, and I will be like, Lord, my heart is proud. I'm trying to control this situation. Or, Lord, I am looking down on other people. I am thinking that I am better than others, or I am feeling like my opinion is right and I want to tell others. So it's more like become a confession. But instead, Lord, I'm going to quiet and calm myself, trusting in you like a child does with its mother. And then this line, oh, Cindy, put your hope in God now and forevermore. So I pray that these things can be true for you, that you can find that quiet, trusting place with God during this season of Christmas as well as into the new year as we look ahead to what's ahead. So I pray that you are blessed this day. Thank you. Bye.